got it?
Yeah. Go.
You got it?
Yeah, it's playing.
Try to pull
I
it.
got it.
Ooh,
A little special effects there.
Ooh.
You know.
Ooh. All right, folks. The draft is over. I'm wearing the same shirt as I did last video by coincidence.
One of 3 shirts he has.
Yeah, can only fit so many. The draft is over, fellas. And
you're going to
like
beat me
two
to it
ladies.
I'm not going to have anything to say.
I want to get them out now so that you don't have it. So you have no ammo.
You should start the next video just be like, yep, I got tits. All right, and go into the intro.
All right. So the draft is over, folks.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great event.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Joe, for not even drafting your team.
Thank God Joe wasn't there.
Joe did not draft his team, folks.
Fun fact, last night I saw Joe's penis on FaceTime. Don't know if you remember that joke because you were blacked, but he was like, dude, I'm naked. I was like, prove it. And I just saw a little bird's nest.
How little was it?
I didn't really look too long. I just kind of handed the phone up.
Oh, come on. You got to take a
I
look.
screenshotted it.
All right. So, real quick, guys, thank you guys for an awesome draft. A lot of you really suck at drafting. We'll get into that with our power rankings later. News updates. Real quick, we need everyone to vote on what the losers should do. It is super close right now, guys. We have 2 votes for having the loser wash the winner's car while listening to Britney Spears. We have 2 votes
For
going
the
to
Waffle
the Waffle
House.
House. Each waffle you eat is an hour less that you have to stay for 24 hours. And then we have 3 votes for the beer mile.
Every
Every
lap
quarter
is a mile.
mile.
Or
Every
every lap
quarter
is
mile.
a beer.
Exactly. You have to chug a beer. So we're missing 3 more votes.
If there's a tie, are we just going to decide it?
If it's a tie, I think since there are other votes, we'll just put another poll up.
True. We have all
And we'll
year.
just- Yep. We have all year to do it. All right, real quick, reinforcing the playoff rules. So if you do make the playoffs,
4 teams
this is
in the
how it
playoffs?
works. 4-team playoff. The top 2 teams of each division are going to make it, and then it does not go to the next top of each division. It goes to the next 2 overall. So it could be just like last year where we had 3 teams from one division.
Is it clean?
Want to say hi? No, she's not going to say hi. All right.
You mute now?
All right. So it could be just like last year where 3 teams made the playoffs from one division and Connor won his division on the other side. And Connor made the playoffs. Austin did not make the playoffs.
All right. I drafted my
That's okay.
drafted my team this
Keep
year.
in mind, Austin did not make the playoffs. All right.
And Tony won the
Real
championship.
quick. Oh, who made it to the championship?
Fuck.
Who made it?
Yeah, that's awesome. Dude, second place. You know what that is? The first loser.
Good one. You're
Ricky
the 5th
Bobby.
loser. That's even worse. Anyways.
Yeah,
Guys,
first
we
and
got to
last.
take some. We got to give us your feedback on these videos. I know you want them shorter. Guess what? We're doing our best. Okay, there's a lot of shit to talk about.
We got such
week.
endurance.
We have a lot of. I mean, if you want, we could do 2 episodes a week,
No.
but it'd have to be shorter. But again, just give us your feedback. Let us know what you think. Everyone's opinion will count except for
The women's.
Tom's.
Well, yeah, that would be
Tom and the
that
women.
would no, just the women. Then that'd be Tom, Jamie, Danny.
Good one. Tom and the women. Nope. All right. Now we're getting into what everyone wants to talk about, the power rankings. Emphasis on power rankings. Emphasis on power rankings.
Do you want me to go first? Is that
All
what
right.
you keep highlighting?
No, I'm going to go first and fast, okay? I did it first earlier. I did it earlier today, and then I changed my mind, and I actually moved up. I took a look at who was on everyone's teams. Let me real quick go through. So Connor has some huge news about Zeke. Zeke is
You're going to start at 10,
we're
right?
starting-
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
Zeke
That's
is
stupid.
back. Zeke is back. He hasn't officially signed yet, but that really helps Connor so fucking much.
Yeah, that's big.
It's pretty fucking huge. But we'll get into that. Number 10. Right now we have.
Well, we don't have anything.
That's right.
Tony has it. I have my own, the official one.
Austin's such a fucking idiot in fantasy football. It's insane. We can go back and forth on the arguing, but I'm not going to get into it right now. Right now, number 10.
We'll let the people
We
decide.
have
Let the people
Jamie. Newbie. Jamie has the worst draft in my opinion. She's got Baker Mayfield starting quarterback, which I like. She's got DeAndre Hopkins as her number 1 pick.
Solid.
The best receiver in football. Then her 2 running backs are James Conner and Melvin Gordon.
Touchdown machines.
Not a big fan of James Conner. Not a big fan of Melvin Gordon because Melvin Gordon is going to hold out through the end of the year, and she did not get Austin Eckler. So big mistake on her end. Her bench is sloppy. She's got Sammy Watkins as the flex.
I thought it was going to be quick.
Could be iffy. It's going to be quick. Allen Robinson could show out. Not really too encouraged by him, though. Rashad Penny is probably her biggest sleeper. Number 9, we have Danny. Danny, you're not making it easy on yourself. You get mad because we make fun of you in these videos, but again, you have Mark Ingram as your RB2. I'm a Ravens fan. I don't even like that. You have James White as your flex. Again, the Patriots backfield is like 4 fucking running backs that could play at any moment. James White is not going to be your number 1. And then you drafted Rob Gronkowski. What the fuck are you doing? He's literally retired. Get to your shit later. Shut up. Your best pick right now, I'd say, would have been Deshaun Watson. Okay, so number 8, we have Joe, our champ. Team Art had a terrible draft. He didn't draft his own team, so you can't get too mad at him. One thing he does have is great receivers. He's got Michael Thomas, Juju Smith, and Amari Cooper. Juju Smith, I'm still iffy because we haven't seen what he's like with Antonio Brown out on that side.
AJ Green.
Shut up. He has AJ Green as well, but who is doubtful? And AJ Green, how is he? Has he done well last year? Shut the fuck up. Sit down. You don't know what you're talking about. He didn't do shit last year. David Montgomery is my favorite pick. Who won Joe's league? That doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, so I must not know shit.
Leonard Fournette, I don't think he's going to – you're relying on volume for him. He can get like 25 carries and 100 yards in a game, which is what you're relying on. He's not much when it comes to productivity because he averages like 3.8 yards a carry. Not the best. Then we have Hugh. Hugh has a pretty shit team. He's got Pat Mahomes, but he's got Chris Carson, which I like, and Devontae Adams and Odell, which I like. But Damian Williams is your starter right now. Again, you don't really know what's going on with Kansas City running backs. They may just turn into a running back by committee. Sony Michel, again, is in the New England backfield.
He's a dog.
Loaded backfield. You don't know what you're talking about.
He's a dog.
He is, but they have a different offense. You stay away from New England running backs. The one pick that I like is Darrell Henderson backing up for Todd Gurley. He could get a lot of red zone touches. All right. Then we're going to me. I'm number 6. Right now, I think my team doesn't really put much points on the board, but I'm really just banking on upside. I have 3 players on my bench that could end up being in the top 15 in their position. Darius Geis, suck my dick. Josh Gordon, and Miles Sanders could end up being top 15 in their position. Miles Sanders.
Who's he play for?
Exactly. You don't even know. Don't talk to me about fantasy if you don't know football. Nick Chubb, I think, is going to be a top 7 back for sure. Aaron Jones could have the chance to be a top 10 back this league as well. So I love that as well. I am hoping to get one more running back, so I am looking for some trade. All right, number 5, I have Austin. The only thing that Austin has going for himself is Saquon and Kamara. Russell Wilson, I love Russell Wilson, but at the same time, productivity is going to be a challenge this year. All these guys, Tyler Lockett, he's got to rely on Chris Carson in the run game. He has no fucking wide receivers. Jarvis Landry, Devin Funchess. He drafted Travis Kelce with the 11th overall pick. You're a fucking retard. Peyton Lindsey is dog shit.
Philip.
His whole sorry,
Peyton Lindsey. I know football. Shut the fuck up.
Anyways,
Peyton.
And his bench is just terrible. None of them are going to be weak or are going to be starters, except for maybe Golden Tate. That's it.
Kareem Hunt's on my bench.
Kareem Hunt won't start. Mark my words. For the Browns. They may trade him. Who knows? But he will not start for the Browns. Nick Chubb is going to handle that. Number 4, I got Team Chet. I have Chet. Chet's team is actually pretty fucking good. Drew Brees. I do like I like the value he got when he got Tyreek Hill. He got Tyreek Hill actually pretty late. T.Y. Hilton as well. Derrick Henry could be a touchdown machine. He's really more of a boomer bust kind of guy, but he ended the season really strong. He's got a lot of people on the bench that could end up becoming something. Jordan Howard, Tevin Coleman, Cooper Kupp, and James Washington all could be pretty studs. So it goes into depth. That's what a big part of these power rankings are, is depth. Number 3, I got who was formerly our number 1 pick, Tom Robinson. Tom Robinson got Joe Mixon, Dalvin Cook, who are great after the catch in our and space in general. They're just phenomenal. Dalvin Cook, I think, is going to be an RB1. He'll be a mid-tier kind of RB1. Antonio Brown, iffy, but I mean, he's the best receiver in football right now. Other than DeAndre. Yeah. Keenan Allen is Keenan Allen. I'm not a big fan of, but he's Phillip Rivers' only target. I don't like Mike Williams at all, honestly. Let's see, Devontae Freeman. He got super late. He also got Kenny Golladay, Chris Godwin, Lamar Miller, Latavius Murray. I think is a huge sleeper, so he's got a pretty good team. Number 2, get into our top 2, is going to be Randy. Randall's got a great fucking team. Dak Prescott, I actually really like this year because of the connection he's got with Amari Cooper. Love David Johnson this year. David Johnson is going to be a top 4 back, I believe. Kyler Murray should elevate that offense. It couldn't have gone any worse than last year, and David Johnson still finished 9th last year.
David Johnson will be top 4.
So he'll be top 4
Better
this year.
Zeke.
He'll be top 4 this year,
Better
is what I
Gurley.
said. Kerryon Johnson as
Better
well.
Saquon.
When he gets volume and he gets touches, he can break one off pretty far. So he's another good one that I like. Kerryon Johnson at RB2. Julio Jones and Robert Woods. I mean, Julio Jones is a top 5 receiver. Robert Woods is a top 20 receiver. Marlon Mack is a touchdown machine. Evan Ingram, I mean, he's the Giants' number 1 target right now. And then his bench is loaded with Christian Kirk, Peyton Barber, Corey Davis, and Andrew Luck. So he's got an awesome team. Definitely one to look out for. And that leaves us with number 1 on my power rankings with Connor Werline. Connor, with Zeke coming back, it just made your whole team so much better, or else it would have been dog shit. Cam Newton, he is hurt, which we just found out today.
He's not good when he's healthy.
Cam Newton, he has the running potential, which boosts your value in fantasy football, which is why I drafted Lamar Jackson. Todd Gurley, he's got Zeke. So he's got Todd Gurley and Zeke. And he's got Stephon Diggs, who I also love. He'll be a top 15 receiver. Mike Williams, again, I don't really like, but I can see why he's got a high ceiling. You just don't think he's got a really high floor. Jordan Reed is going to be the number 1 target for Washington, but he gets hurt way too fucking much. Josh Jacobs, again, I think John Gruden is going to run him through the fucking ground.
Just real quick, Connor's got a team that's injured QB. He's got 2 of the 4 best running backs by the other 2. And then he's got 1 number 2 wide receiver. And you said that's what you critiqued about my team. And that's what you complimented about his team. So I just don't know where my team went wrong and Connor's team went right.
False.
And I have a better tight end and I have a better quarterback.
False.
So how is that wrong? How is that wrong?
Because you don't have a wide receiver 2.
Jarvis Landry's the number 2 wide receiver. And he's going to get thrown the ball.
No, that's not a wide receiver 2 in fantasy, you stupid
Yes,
twat.
he is.
That means he's a top 40 wide receiver, and he's not.
You got to be kidding me.
In fantasy,
you got to be kidding me.
This is why we disagree. This is
why
we are on. I don't know if you could tell, folks, but we've been beefing today. He's been pissing me off. He's
All
been
right.
a bitch.
So here's my power rankings.
Looking for other people to co-host, though. So
number 10.
Send me your resumes.
Also,
send in some auditions.
Since this will be Tony's last time doing the power rankings, and I'll be doing them next time, I did this based off of track record of these guys, like health-wise, like talent-wise, and then where their situation is this year. So where I'm starting with might come as a surprise, but
Yeah.
but it could change literally next week with like or 2 weeks from now when the first week comes up. It's just based off of previous years is what I have to base it off of.
No, it's not what you have to base it off of, you stupid twat.
Yes.
That's like saying Randall Cobb.
So
should
number
be in the
10
top
number
20.
10 is Tom.
Stupid motherfucker.
And the reason why I went Tom at 10, the only reason, I think Tom's team has a shit ton of potential, but he has no guaranteed guy where he's going to be like, yep, I can rely on him to get me 15 points a game. He does not. He's got potential. Dalvin Cook's got potential. Joe Mixon, Tony Brown, Keenan Allen, all 4 of those guys have potential. But none of them are guaranteed players. With Keenan Allen's injuries, Joe Mixon, and Dalvin Cook's injury history, and then Antonio Brown being in Oakland. So I don't know exactly how well his team could be. He could put up 130 points week 1 and be the number 1 team in my power rankings next week, like without question. It's just right now, his team lacks that superstar, in my opinion. So number 9, for that kind of same reason, I have Randy. I just saw Randy's team, kind of lacked some depth. I didn't really like it as much.
Can I help you?
I'm just going to write my rankings down so I can look at the roster.
Write it on your paper.
All right, whatever.
Write it on this paper.
I don't care. All right. I think Randy's team has potential. It's just not there yet for me. I just didn't like some of the picks he made.
Stupid motherfucker.
So number 8, I have Danny.
Oh, hold up. Let's just get this right. So he just put Randy at 9, and he just said, I just don't like some of the picks.
Well, I got to look at his roster
has no
again.
fucking idea what he's talking about.
I just got to look at his roster, but I remember writing this down earlier.
Yeah?
One second. Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
So, hold on. Let me look at Randy's team real quick.
Let's go, guy.
Oh, really? You took fucking 13 minutes to do yours.
No, 13 minutes was the whole video. It took
What's Randy's Henderson clan? Dak Prescott, I think, sucks. David Johnson's up in the air. I think Kerryon Johnson's trash because he plays for Detroit.
Not trash.
Julio
Hold
Jones.
up. Because you play for a team makes you trash?
Yeah.
That's the dumbest fucking reason.
He doesn't have the talent. He doesn't have the talent to exceed his team. He has a shit
fucking
offensive
idiot.
line, a mediocre quarterback.
Adrian Peterson, when he was with the shitty-ass Vikings.
Really? You just compared Kerryon Johnson to
comparing
prime
a-
AP.
I'm comparing
Shut
a
the fuck
player-
up. You don't know anything.
You're an
When's the
idiot.
last time you took a run? So I don't want to hear your details about running backs. Julio Jones, not a big touchdown guy. Robert Woods could be good. I don't think Evan Ingram's good because of the quarterback situation. I like Marlon Mack. All right. Shut the fuck
Hold
up.
up. But Marlon Mack is on a shitty team.
No, he's not. The Colts aren't a shitty
The Colts'
team.
whole line is shit.
No, it's not. It became a top 5 offensive line based off last year.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. Do you watch football? Marlon Mack, so I think he'd be good. I like Baltimore's defense, but there's just not enough there for me to say he's much better than that. So Danny's team, I don't hate it. Let's see where she is. I like Deshaun Watson. I love Christian McCaffrey. Mark Ingram's going to get a lot of touches. Mike Evans is a number 1 wide receiver. Julian Edelman's always going to have 80 catches, 90 catches. George Kittle's a top 2 or 3 tight end. And then Jacksonville's defense, which I think makes a bit of a comeback. Her bench is a little weak, but benches don't play. And I like the Gronk pick.
So why do you have her at 7?
8. I have her at 8.
Oh, you have her at 8.
Because I think
and yet you love the starting lineup.
I do like the starting lineup. I just think there's better starting lineups. And so I like the Gronk pick too. I just think that because I don't see why you wouldn't pick him up last round. There really wasn't anything available. Like, take the chance. He's a great player. So I don't hate her team at all. 7, I have Jamie. I think she did okay.
You have her at 8.
Yeah, I do. I think
you don't hate her team at all, but
no,
you have her at 8.
I don't love it. I don't hate it, though.
That makes sense.
Thanks. Baker Mayfield, I like. James Conner and Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon's going to play at some point this year. I really think so.
I think so, too.
And they're both touchdown machines. Like, I know James Conner, 12 touchdowns, 13 touchdowns. Melvin Gordon puts up big numbers. DeAndre Hopkins, best receiver in football. We already said that. Calvin Ridley, big boomer bust, but that's not bad. I like Sammy Watkins. Zach Ertz, again, one of the top 3 tight ends. And Minnesota's defense, great.
So, again, you love the starting lineup, but you have her at 7.
Yeah, I think the other starting lineups are just better. Allen Robinson's solid. I like David Njoku. I don't like Hines or Trubisky or Breida or Williams. So her bench isn't great, but their starting lineup's solid. There's potential there. It's just the fact that Melvin Gordon might not play. 6 is Tony. Honestly, I thought about putting Tony 9 or 10, but I just didn't know. He's got talent on his team. I like Thielen, and I like Brandon Cooks. I don't like O.J. Howard. I don't like Tyler Boyd. I don't like Aaron Jones or Nick Chubb. I don't like the Saints defense. I don't like Josh Gordon. I don't know who Miles Sanders is. I like Austin Eckler. So, yeah, Tony's team. I could be wrong on Tony's team, sure, but I just don't like the talent. So, we'll see. He's got a lot of talent though that could produce. It's just I don't see it. Number 5, I have Chet. You didn't do bad this year, son. It's okay.
Chet did well this year.
He didn't do bad. I I love Drew Brees. I love Le'Veon Bell. I think those are two great fantasy players, especially. Derrick Henry's going to win you some weeks. He's going to lose you some weeks. Tyreek Hill is the same way. He's going to win you some weeks and lose you some weeks. Eric Ebron, I don't know. There's a lot of people doubting him this year, but he had a great last year. Tyler Lockett's the number 1 wide receiver in Seattle, and Houston's defense good if healthy. I don't know why you draft Cooper Kupp at all.
Cooper Kupp was a good
Tevin Coleman's a good bench player. Cameron Sutton, I don't know why you draft him either. Big Ben's great at home. James Washington's going to be a big part of that Steeler offense. And I like Jordan Howard on Philly. So not bad, Chet. Not bad at all. 4, I have Joe. Although Joe did not draft his team, I think Joe's team is really good. I love Aaron Rodgers this year. I don't like Leonard Fournette much at all. But he's going to put up numbers with Nick Foles as the quarterback. I think he'll do fine. I'm just not high on him being your number 1. Really wanted David Montgomery. Thought he's going to be really good.
Suck my dick. You knew David Montgomery because of me.
All right, whatever, dude. Michael Thomas is, I think, the second best fantasy football wide receiver. Juju Smith's going to be big this year, being the number 1. I don't like Hunter Henry that much. I think Amari Cooper's really good. And I like New England's defense. I think it's snaky. A.J. Green's great to have as your 4th option as a wide receiver. Royce Freeman might split carries with Phillip Lindsay. Delaney Walker's a good tight end, especially if he's healthy. Chris Thompson, sure, and then the rest I don't even are irrelevant. So I like this team. 3rd, I have me. Just for specific reasons, I have Saquon Barkley, Alvin Kamara, and Russell Wilson. So I probably have the best quarterback-running back duo.
No.
My wide receivers are thin, but Jarvis Landry is going to get a shit ton of targets. He will be a top 25 wide receiver.
Put that on the board. I put him outside.
Devin Funchess is going to be a red zone threat, so he's going to get, especially in the Indianapolis offense. He's a big body. He'll take a lot of those touches in the red zone. Phillip Lindsay had a great year last year. I think he's going to continue that success, at least somewhat. He's my 3rd running back, so it doesn't even matter if he's great.
But you just said Royce Freeman would split carries with him.
Possibly. He takes some carries away. He just has to be good, though, Phillip Lindsay. Travis Kelce is obviously the best tight end in football. And so he's probably my best receiver, too, which isn't even that disappointing because he had how many points last year? 192. So that's totally fine with me. Then I got Cleveland's defense. On my bench, a lot of potential just
Let's
sitting
go,
there.
son.
Kenny Stills, Kareem Hunt, which I love Kareem Hunt, actually, for fantasy football, not as a person. And then Golden Tate, I like that, too. Duke Johnson's going to be splitting carries with Lamar Miller. He's very inconsistent, Lamar Miller. So that's my second team. I have number 2 is Connor. I like Connor's team, especially now that Zeke's back and Todd Gurley seems to be healthy. I don't like Cam Newton that much. I thought maybe, but he's hurt again. Stephon Diggs is okay. Mike Williams I like. I don't like Jordan Reed. I like Josh Jacobs. I like the Bears defense. DJ Moore, Kenyon Drake, Sterling Shepard, all solid picks, so that's why you're 2. And number 1 is Hugh. I think Hugh drafted the best team. I think Patrick Mahomes is obviously the best player you can get right now. You got Williams, the running back, who I think had a great end of the year last year, won me my other league. Chris Carson's going to be an every down back almost. Devontae Adams and Odell is awesome. And then Vance McDonald's a good tight end. And Sony Michel, I like a lot. I think this is the first time in a while that you could draft a New England running back and be confident that he's going to get you a lot of points.
He's so dumb.
And then Chargers defense is going to be okay. They're going to miss Derwin James for a little bit. Don't like Alshon Jeffrey. Like Robbie Anderson. Don't like the fact you drafted Kyler Murray. But overall, I think you got the best team. So that's my power rankings. Listen, and next week, if someone, blows me out of the water or something, it just changes. Like, that's it. But I'm spacing off a track record, so.
You contradicted yourself and you don't even realize it in the power rankings where you said you like these players who were in 8 and 9, and then when you got up to Leonard Fournette and whatnot for Joe's team, you were like, oh, don't like Leonard Fournette at all. So you like other running backs and receivers and tight ends on one team.
I don't like,
and then
you
just don't like. You don't like the most important possession.
I don't like Leonard Fournette as the top option, but that doesn't mean he's got a worse team.
Anyways,
like
move past
it's better than Jamie's team.
Austin also doesn't realize that New England has 4 to 5 backs: Sony Michel, James White, Damon Harris.
None of those guys
and
play.
Rex Burkhead.
None of those guys play.
All
Sony Michel had 133 points last year.
Damian Harris
and he played like 10
literally
games.
got drafted in the second round for a fucking reason.
I love Sony
above all their talent, but you stay away from them because you don't know what the
Well, I think Hugh's team is
fucking
head and shoulders above
stupid.
a lot of these teams.
Absolute awful power rankings.
All right.
I will probably take over from now on. I had pretty accurate ones. Anyways, all right. So next up, we're gonna make this quick. Who had the worst draft pick?
Tony.
Okay, who was it?
Literally across the board. Next question.
Yeah, exactly.
Nick Chubb, I think, was the worst.
Emotional.
Nick Chubb was the worst pick.
That's
I
fair.
thought he was way too high. That's all.
Fair. That's fair.
And that and Cooper Cup, I thought was pretty funny.
I'm gonna say Gronk. I mean, yeah, it was the last pick, but there's still some other players who are free agents that I want to pick up that you definitely should have put for a roster spot. Best draft pick. I'll go first. Mine is Zeke in the second round. If I had my 11th fucking pick, I would have definitely gotten Zeke.
Yeah, well, you didn't.
He was still there, so I would have gotten Nick Chubb and Zeke, which would have been awesome. But yeah, Zeke in the second round. Hats off to you, Connor. I can't believe he slid that fucking far, though. Wow. For you?
I like Zeke. I also like Austin Eckler. I think it's a really good pick. When did you get him? 7th round?
I got him late.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
7th round.
So.
All right, now we're going to go to who won the trade. So as you know from before, Austin and Tom had made a trade for the number 1 overall pick. Austin received the number 1 overall pick as well as Tom's last 2 round picks, so 16th and 15th round. And Tom received the 2nd round, 3rd round, and 4th round picks. So let me just break it down to what picks they got. So Austin drafted Saquon Barkley, best running back in football, Cole Beasley, and Kareem Hunt with his 3 picks.
Essentially, I dropped Cole Beasley for the Browns defense. So.
Okay, so not good there. But Tom got Joe Mixon, Keenan Allen, and Devontae Freeman. Personally, Devontae Freeman.
He got him too. Yeah. That's another guy I don't like.
So I'm gonna say I think Tom really could have won this deal, but I think Austin won really because Saquon is better than all 3 of them. I mean, combined. I don't like Keenan Allen, but I mean, yeah, he's an RB or wide receiver 1. Devontae Freeman, I don't like at all.
No, I don't like.
Joe Mixon, I think he could be really.
That's the best player he got out of those 3.
It is.
100%.
It is. So I think Austin won that trade.
Oh, thanks.
Would you have to agree?
I think I for the Austin and Tom one, I think 100% because I got to keep my 3rd pick too.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, I got Saquon and I still got to draft Kamara, and Tom got stuck drafting Devontae Freeman and Joe Mixon, who could be good, but they're not that quality. And Keenan Allen, I think, is a bum pick. When did he draft him? Do you have the number?
Yeah, drafted him 23rd.
That's way too high. Yeah, beginning of 3rd round, I think is way too high for Keenan Allen. But I mean, who knows? We got to play the season, so good luck.
All right, and then we go on to who won the trade. Austin made another trade for practically a 1st round pick. He got the 11th overall pick from me. In exchange, I received the 5th, 6th, and 7th round picks from Austin. He got my last 2 round picks. With the 11th pick, Austin got Travis Kelce with my 2 other picks that I gave him. Austin also got Kenny Stills and Duke Johnson. With my 3 picks, I got Brandon Cooks in the 5th round. 6th round, I got Josh Gordon. 7th round, I got Miles Sanders. Personally, I think I won this one. Honestly, I think Miles Sanders. And the main reason why is if you had taken Zeke at 11, then you would have won 100%. If you had taken a wide receiver at 11, you would have won 100%. But the fact that you took Travis Kelce, tight end, you got to realize, will not give you 15 points a game consistently, in my opinion.
Well, he almost is a receiver,
Hold up.
That's
I know.
all.
But at the same time, Kansas City, the number 1 target is going to be Tyreek Hill. Travis Kelce is arguably the number 1 target, but I think Tyreek Hill is going to be the number 1, mainly because of Pat Mahomes' arm. And I think Brandon Cooks is going to be a stud, as he always is. Josh Gordon's a big sleeper. Hopefully he fucking comes back. And Miles Sanders is probably the biggest sleeper in the draft. I think he's the best rookie running back in the draft.
Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, I think Miles Sanders is a better overall back. Yep.
Who's Miles Sanders playing for?
I'm not going to tell you. The fact that you don't know means he's a huge sleeper. Miles Sanders is my favorite running back.
Is he playing for Philly?
That's a rookie, correct.
He's going to split carries with everyone. You were bitching about fucking Philip Lindsay and the Sony Michel, and you're talking about Miles Sanders. He's not going to start.
He is starting.
That's insane.
He is starting.
I was going to say you won this trade. I'm switching it. I swear to God, that's the... Oh, my God. I won it.
But hold up, you got to keep in mind, in the 7th round, I got Miles Sanders.
Yeah, you should have got him in the 17th fucking round. That's ridiculous. He's plays for the Eagles. He's gonna get 7 touches a game.
Mark my words.
7.
Come the 5th week, he's going to be their lone starter.
You heard it here first.
He's going to be the
lone
starter. And he is going to be a stud. He's going to be a stud. He's my favorite
believe you took him
rookie
in the 7th
running back.
round.
So Miles Sanders.
That's blowing my mind. I really thought that you did better than that. I mean, all right, granted, I should have taken Zeke, but we didn't know if Zeke was going to play that long. So hindsight's 20/20. Yes, I like Travis Kelce a lot though, so I got the guy I wanted. But
biggest mistake getting him.
Miles Sanders.
If you had gotten a top 10 receiver with that pick, with that 11th pick, I would have given. You probably would have been up to number 1 on
I saw the guys
for sure.
So the guys available were
You
Julio.
could hold up, but you could have Julio.
He had a
You
disappointing
could have gotten-
last year.
Yeah, but dude, he's still a number 1. He's one of the best receivers.
I know,
bro.
but sometimes he's such a liability to start because you have to start him, and sometimes he just doesn't produce. You need to score touchdowns. He doesn't score.
At the end of the year, he still did.
It's not his fault. I'm not saying it's his fault. He gets double teamed and triple teamed. He's not as valuable as some of the other guys were. I like Odell. I don't love Odell. So I thought Travis Kelce was the best option. I took a guy who they don't have a lot at that position. There's like 4 or 5 guys worth drafting for tight end. At 3 especially. And so I got the guy I wanted. And I think it worked out. Granted, if we drafted today, I would have drafted Zeke. But Zeke would have been gone by then. So
doesn't matter. I think if you had drafted a wide receiver, you would have gone number 1.
You drafted Miles Sanders
in the 7th round. Absolutely. All right, so that is it for this episode. Real quick reminder to vote on what the loser should do. Reminder to give us criticism on the videos. Let us know what you like about it, what you don't like about it. What are we at right now? Yikes! All right.
We can't forget our last point. I think
sorry.
I think I shit on Tom enough. I put him at 10 in the power.
Sorry. Quick shit on Tom. Fuck you, Tom.
Yeah.
Fuck you. You're a piece of shit. Thanks for hosting, by the way.
Are you ready?
Oh.
I know it now.
No, you're not.
I know it now. Oh shit. My bad.